Welcome and welcome back, Fiber Friends, to yet another episode of the Wool to Gold podcast. On this podcast, we talk about lots of different things, lots of hand spinning, lots of crochet, anything involving yarn and sheep. I'm generally sold. Okay, that's my qualification for things that will generally interest me. And today we're doing something a little bit different. So some of you might have already heard, but I recently signed a new lease. I'm finally moving back out. I lived on my own for a really long time. I moved back home for personal reasons that I won't go into today. And now I am moving back out into a one-bedroom apartment in Delaware. So I'm super excited about that. And in the process of packing up and moving, I have decided that I want to try to use up as much of my yarn as possible leading up to my move out in about a month. To make things to decorate my new apartment. So I want to stash down and make some really practical things and just some fun things to decorate and use in my new apartment. Kind of wanted to bring you guys on the challenge with me. We're going to see how much I can actually accomplish in a month's time while I'm still working and trying to pack and actively move out. I'm going to start off by showing you something I have already made and finished for my new apartment, and I'm going to share with you guys the list that I have made, and then the things that I have cast on, and then the things I plan on casting on. And then I'm just gonna check in with you guys while I finish things and whenever I start something new. So going over the first thing that I finished, some of you guys have already seen this ginormous fun neon blanket. It has a bunch of oranges and these tealy blue colors, and then this really neon orange and pink that always get super blown out by the camera. Yeah, it's really big. It's about 4 feet by 5 feet roughly. And it is entirely the waffle stitch. And I just think, I don't know, big blankets are expensive. And although it is summertime now, I predict that living so close to the beach, because I am only about 10 minutes from a lot of different beaches where I'm located, which is really cool. I do predict that the wind coming off of the coast, I'm gonna need some things for the chilly season. I don't mind that. I already have a sweater collection. We're going to make it even bigger. I am really excited. I really love this blanket. I don't really know if it's gonna be in my bedroom or my living room. I'm thinking my living room. I'm thinking the color scheme of my bedroom is probably going to lean more into darker teal colors. I haven't really exactly figured out the color scheme, but I got some ideas because I went to IKEA just to not to buy things. I was actually very good at IKEA. Very proud of myself. I have moved many times, and I know the things that are essentials right off the bat, and then things that I can wait to get. Or when people know that you're moving, or if you talk to the people in your life and in your community when you're moving, oftentimes things that secondhand things will come up that people already have. So I try not to rush getting some of those, I don't know, extra items that yes, eventually I will need them, but I don't need them right off the bat. But I want to turn as much of my yarn, as much of my stash into actual items that I can use to decorate my apartment, or actually use as practical items, both A, to save money, because I already have the yarn, right? I have the yarn. That money is spent. So why not make things out of the yarn? A lot of the yarn that I have and I'm planning on using is thrifted yarn too. So it's already kind of I don't know, it's already gotten at kind of a steal, and now I'm going to use it for a really practical use. I do want to cast on another blanket at some point, right? I want another blanket, at least another one in I don't know, more of a winter fall color scheme, because this one, at least to me, definitely screams summer, spring, I don't know, bright fun colors. I made a list though of things that I plan on making, so I'm going to share that with you, and then I'm going to show you the stuff that I already cast on, and then what I'm planning on casting on later today if I have the time, maybe tomorrow, I don't really know. But crochet decor ideas. So I want to make one of those, or maybe multiple, free-form blobs. I know you guys have seen them before. I'm gonna try to tag the creator who is well known for the free-form blob. I'm sorry you can hear a plane. I live not that close to an airport, but close enough. I don't know. Sorry about that. Dishcloths. That's another thing that I want, and theoretically I could thrift cute ones, but while I'm waiting to thrift cute ones, I might as well use some of my I have too much cotton yarn, and I always say I'm going to use it for a sweater project or a cardigan project, but here's the thing about that. I don't really like the way it feels to use cotton yarn in my hook at the end of the day. I can tolerate it with a metal hook, but at the end of the day, it's just not my go-to yarn. I'm probably never going to use it for like really massive projects, but I can do it in like smaller intervals. So I want to make some dishcloths and some washcloths because that's just like practical. And I have the cotton yarn already. 100% cotton washcloths are nice. My skin will probably give me less trouble living by the beach, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see if that's true. Another thing, I want to make shopping and produce bags. So I have these 2 cones of yarn, and you can see behind me that I have used these cones of yarn to make like little hanging nets that I use to store like fiber and yarn. I do think I'm gonna like bring those with me and use them at my new apartment, but I don't want more yarn nets. I feel like 2 is enough. I don't really even like having 2 in one room. I'm looking forward to like separating them and putting them in different rooms. Maybe putting different things in them. I don't know. But I want to make some like produce and shopping bags because I don't know, just because I oftentimes find myself having to like buy a bag. I don't even know. Can you get plastic bags in Delaware? Can't really get those in New Jersey, so I'm always like surprised when I go somewhere and you can get those kinds of things. I should look into that. I don't really care. I want cute market bags. I don't know. It's just something that I want for when I'm like shopping or I have like a little thing to carry. Yeah, I just think that would be cute, and I want to use up these cones because they take up a lot of space and there's really not that much yarn left on them. If you've seen them when they're full, you know there's not that much yarn left on these. Speaking of other things I can use like cotton and cotton linen blend yarn for, I really want to make one of those, like, you know those little mats that you put underneath like a dish rack where you like dry your dishes after washing them. I want to make one of those, right? Like, or a few of them. I think it would be good to make a few of them because I'm the kind of person who likes to like change those out super routinely and wash them. And I think having a bunch of like, I don't know, cute colored homemade ones with different textures underneath would like motivate me to wash them more often as well, which is not a bad thing. I do want to make some other like hanging wall tapestries in addition to like the freeform blobs that I was talking about. I just haven't really settled on a design. I really want to do like some kind of like Dairy Girls tapestry. I don't know which quote and I don't know which reference to Dairy Girls I want to make. I love Dairy Girls. I love that series so much. It just speaks to, it's beautiful. It's beautiful and it's really, I don't know, it's a really cool series. I really like it, so I would like a tapestry that's Dairy Girls themed in some way, shape, or form. I don't really know how, but I'm gonna look into it. Table runners and curtains and bowls also. Like bowls are like little storage baskets. I've made those types of things before, but I always use like the wrong yarn / the wrong hook size, and then they don't come out like stiff enough. I'm really a fan of like baskets, like traditional baskets that you find oftentimes at like the thrift store and things like that. Whenever I go to the thrift store, I look for like unique or cute baskets that I like, especially ones that hang up flat against the wall. Those are my favorite ones to find. I do already like to thrift baskets, so I might not end up making a bunch of baskets, but this list is kind of in the order that I'm going to make the items roughly. It's not like hard and fast. But because of that, the first thing I have cast on is my first dishcloth. This, as you can see, is the very beginnings of yet another waffle stitch project. This is a waffle stitch dishcloth. And the yarn that I'm using is all Lily, Sugar, and Cream. All 3 of these, I got secondhand at the craft thrift store for $1 a piece. So they were a little bit cheaper than like a traditional Lily, Sugar, and Cream. I was holding it backwards so you couldn't really see the waffle stitch pattern, but also I had to use a slightly larger hook than I wanted to. What is this? This is an H hook. I don't remember what number that correlates to off the top of my head right now, but it's slightly larger than I would like to make the waffle stitch like really, really distinct, or as distinct as I would want it. But that's kind of okay, just simply because, frankly, if I use a smaller hook, this project is going to drive me crazy because I don't like the way that the cotton feels like on the hook in general. And I just find it like harder to pull through. I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. At the end of the day, it's a dishcloth. It's gonna work. It's gonna absorb water, and because of the waffle stitch, it'll have like some like nice grippy, like scrubby, rubby texture to it. Obviously not a ton, but I have this yarn. I really want to use it up, and I really like the cream and this green. I think they call it, they had a really hot green. They call it hot green, which I thought was a really odd name for this color. It just reminds me of like chartreuse, like the alcohol. I think I'm getting that right. I'm gonna put a photo up over here. Maybe am I allowed to put a photo up of that on YouTube? But yeah, I cast this on literally last night. I have already started making some significant progress on it. I like this because it's something that I can carry around, and I'm going to make it honestly like pretty large, like not absurdly large, not comically large, but if I finish all of the white yarn, that's okay. And then I think I'm going to use the pink to make like face washcloths. Maybe I'll use a different stitch for the face washcloths. I'm not really sure because I feel like soon I'm gonna like burn out on the waffle stitch. Maybe I'll do a linen stitch. That sounds really fun, and I feel like might just be easier to work, or like more comfortable for me to work with the way that I'm feeling about the way the cotton feels on the hook, because it's just not my favorite. Okay, so leftover from making that blanket, obviously I do have like a little bit of all of the oranges and the teals and like the pinks that I use. I didn't even pull out all of these cakes because frankly, like, I don't know. I am gonna cast on the project and see how far I can get with the cakes that are already out and like accessible to me and unrolling by the minute, if I'm being honest. But I realized that the colors match these really fun like textured thrifted yarns that I got recently that I have really been wanting to use, and I've kicked them around with a lot of projects. I think I'm gonna hold like the orange with the orange, and then for the teal colors I'm gonna hold this like fun, hairy, textured purple, blue, green, teal one, and make a freeform blob that's like textured and like you kind of want to like reach out and touch it. I don't know. I just think that would be fun with all of these really fun art effect yarns. I'm just trying to, I don't know, I'm trying to use up as much yarn as I possibly can. So let's see where we are next time I check in with you guys. It's Monday, it's the 16th. It's been, I don't know, a few days, a week. Time is difficult, okay? I've made a few things. I want to show you guys a little check-in before I continue on with my making, right? I'm just going to keep checking in with you guys, and then at the end we're going to tally them all together. So first, what I'm actually casting on right now, what I'm working on right now, this is some Pima cotton that I got secondhand at the craft thrift store. I'm casting on another like face washcloth right now. This one's going to be like scallop, as you can see. But I did this one in the said stitch, and I think it just came out really nice. And like, it's not huge. Again, it's just meant to wash my face at like the end of the day. I just think it's really pretty. I love the teal color. You guys know I love this color. I do still have to weave in the end. I have to weave in the ends of a few of these, so you guys are just gonna have to ignore that for now. Some of them I did already weave in the ends though, so I'm not leaving them all for the end. It's like a mixed bag here. Okay, so I finished this bad boy, woven all the ends. This is gonna be a dishcloth for my kitchen. I also have this dishcloth done. I think this one might be for like, I don't know, hanging in my bathroom, or maybe this will be like a small kitchen one that I just have kind of like hanging on the side. When I fold it in half and I hang it, it's just like a little short, which is fine. I kind of wanted like a big square scrubby one. I just think, I don't know, I think it'll be useful, and I like the pink color. And then with all of this cotton scraps that I had, I did make this one, which I used this scallop stitch design, and then I wrapped it around in the back and connected it at the top. So I'm going to put a button on here so that you can kind of like hang it on a railing. It'll hang down. And as you can see, I still need to weave in the ends of this one as well, but we're gonna get around to it. And then the other two small things that I made, or that I experimented with making, one of them came out good, one of them came out not so good. I don't relish the opportunity to make this. I thought I would really like freeform crochet. I don't know. It's not really my thing. I didn't have a ton of fun making these. This one does not lie flat because I could not get it right, but I do like the different like textures that I incorporated. Like some of it is fuzzy and textured and some of it's just like normal, some of it's shiny. I don't know. I do like the blob, and if I don't know, I think I'm gonna have to like probably block it in a way that helps it hold its shape flat, because I do kind of want to hang it up next to this blob. This blob came out really nice. It did come out flat. I don't know. I feel like this one came out a little bit easier and I was a little bit more in my groove. Maybe if I make one more and that could like complete the set. I do like them. Like, I think that they would look cool hanging on my wall. I don't like having to make them. I feel like I have to think a lot more to make it look random than the average person, and maybe that's just like a me problem, like an over analyzer brain problem. There's also the issue of having to weave in all the ends, which, as you can see, I've done none of that because I do not relish the opportunity to weave in these ends, but that's fine. I'll get around to it. But that is my little check-in for now. That's really all I have done. Obviously, I've done a lot of like really basic cotton kitchen accessories, but I just think that those are easy projects. They do work up fast and they finish fast. They're very satisfying. And at the end of the day, they're just things that I'm going to use. Like, now I don't have to buy dishcloths. Now I don't have to buy washcloths. Maybe... See, these would be cute wall hangings, but they could also be cute as like, I don't know, little decor on like a small table in a living room. I don't know, to like put a plant on top of. I do have a plant. I have a singular plant. And I don't really know if I want to hang her. I kind of like having her like accessible. Sometimes with hanging plants, I kind of forget that like they're real or that they exist at all. I don't know why. Probably because they're out of my like sight view, out of sight, out of mind kind of guy over here. And I forget to water them and then they die. So I think it's better for me to have them on a table because then I can like see when they're looking a little bit sad. Because I do feel like I am at least intuitive enough to know when a plant looks like it needs to be watered, right? Like peace lilies, drama queens, they like flop, they flop over. I don't have any peace lilies though because they're not really pet friendly plants. I mean, as long as you have a pet that doesn't get into the plants, and Bo never gets into the plants, but like I worry, so we don't have them in the house. But yeah, that's my check-in for now. I'm gonna keep crocheting. Let's see what else I can get done in about a week's time. I do have plans to start making granny squares this week, and I do think I'm gonna try to use some of this jumbo Karen cake that I have, because I have 4 of these, and I just think I could make a ton of granny squares, and I can use those to make so many different things. I can use them as coasters, I can use them to make pillow covers, I can use them to cover pieces of furniture that need a little zhuzh, like areas that might be a little damaged, cover it, you know, cover that like limb with granny squares. I don't know, I just think that they're helpful for DIYs, and I think that I think I'll be happy that I have them once they're made and once I'm there and trying to decorate. Alrighty, fiber friends, it is T-minus 9 days until I move into my new apartment. I am super excited, and I wanted to do a check-in because I have been crocheting away. I really haven't been spinning. I'm gonna post a whole other like separate video having a little chat about that. But I wanted to show you all the things that I have crocheted so far. I have definitely added to this box here, so I want to show you everything. I'd already shown you guys a little bit of these projects, but these are the finished face washcloths. This is the little like scallop stitch. This one is a sed stitch and it's a little bit longer. I just think these are really soft, they're really cute. I'm going to use them all the time. Very excited about these. I also finally finished those cones of Re-Up. I think they were Lion brand Re-Up yarn. It's like a cotton polyester blend, and I made like a bunch of things with them. So with the last of the dark green, I made this dish mat. It's a waffle stitch. It'll be super absorbent. I'm gonna put it under my dishes while they're drying. I'm not really sure if this place, like, I actually don't remember if it has a dishwasher or not. So honestly, I'm one of those people that like, even if it has a dishwasher, I'm probably not going to use the dishwasher. I'm just gonna wash them by hand. It's just a preference, whatever. I did make another dishcloth. This one like is mostly teal, but then at the very bottom of this one, this was like the very last of the green yarn, and so I just kind of wanted to use this up. And again, it's another dish towel that I don't have to buy, so excited about that. And then I also made this produce bag. it folds into this little bag. It folds into itself, but you can unfold it and pop it out. And there you have it, little produce bag for when I go shopping and things like that, that I can just like pop in my bag. I've been wanting to make one of these forever, and I do think I would make another one in a little bit. Like, I don't like to repeat the same project over and over again usually. I don't know, lately I've just been like crocheting away. It's been taking up all of my time. For whatever reason, I've been finding crochet to be just more comforting this past like 3 weeks or so. And so yeah, we made one of these, and that's all the things that I have in this box. But I also, I'm sure you guys saw, I made another blanket. It's not a massive blanket, and I did not weave in all of the ends. Almost all of the ends are woven in, okay? It's really just like 4 on the back side. And I do need to steam this, so it doesn't look as even as I would like. But it's just like a granny square lap blanket that I made with those Karen cakes, those like radiating ones that I had. This only took about 2 of the cakes. It was less than 2, honestly. And then I just did like a little scallop stitch around the border. Joining these made me never want to do a small granny square project again. Like, the small grannies were just such a pain to work with. The medium and large ones, I don't know, they were just more satisfying. I would do something like that again. But again, I feel like I really need to steam this because it is acrylic, and acrylic just has a certain stiffness when you don't steam it. And then I used some of the scraps that I had left over to make this little like crisscross headband. This guy, like, I don't know, I don't even know why I made this. I just kind of wanted to, and it might end up listed on my shop just because like I don't tend to use things like this. I just wanted to try, and I didn't have a lot of yarn left. I do have like this little bit left of the second skein, and I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do with it, but yeah, it's the Jumbo Karen Ombre in, oh, what is the colorway? I think it's like Whitewater or something like that. Like 99% sure. Yeah, this one's Whitewater. I have 2 more big like bullets of this, and then I also have 3 bullets of this like this brand and like type of yarn, but in like a green, not a green, in a pink / like salmon periwinkle blue color scheme that I really like, and I think I'm also going to use that to make a blanket. I don't know, I just think they work up nicely in blankets. That is everything that I have made so far, okay? I have 9 days until move-in, and so I'm not really sure if I'm going to make more things. I might. There might be one more check-in where I show you guys one more thing, or we might just jump to an outro. We're gonna see. Only time will tell, because I still have a lot of things that I need to do. I did finish washing an entire fleece, okay? So I am 1 fleece down. I only have 1 more sheet fleece to wash. It is, I'm pretty sure it's the smaller of the 2 fleeces. God, I hope it's the smaller of the 2 fleeces. Fingers crossed. I think I have the tags right. It is. It's only 3 or 3.5 pounds as opposed to 4. I know that doesn't sound like a huge difference, but that's just a few more, you know, ounces of fiber that I don't have to wash. And so I'm gonna see you guys in a little bit. I hope you like this check-in. Alrighty, so it's the next day. I gave myself a haircut. I decided we're just gonna film an outro for this video. I do have plans to make some tapestry crochet things for my apartment, but I think I'm gonna film like a separate video about those and maybe share the patterns with you. If they end up coming out the way that I hope that they do. I don't know, I think I'm gonna do like a totally separate tapestry crochet video, but and I also just don't want this video to be too long, but I am going to be messaging the winner of my giveaway today. So I have chosen the winner out of my YouTube comments. I have messaged them. I'm waiting for a message back in terms of A, confirming that like, yes, they got this message, and like, yes, they are going to accept the prize. And then I'm also offering them the opportunity to, like, if they want me to share their profile, their name, give them a little shout out in the next episode, I'm definitely going to do that as well. I might just share like shipping out the package as well if they don't really want like the attention, or they don't want their name to be shared. That's okay too. But yeah, I found that super exciting. Again, thank you everybody who participated, who liked that video and left a comment and subscribed. I really appreciate it. Again, I really appreciate being at 12,000 subscribers in general is absolutely crazy to me, especially here on YouTube. I kind of always expected this to be my like slowest growing platform, and it has been delightful seeing the community that comes out on here, especially because now that like the TikTok algorithm is just not what it used to be. I'm definitely finding that like the right people are finding my channel here on YouTube, and that's been really exciting as well. So again, thank you for all of the love and support. Thank you again for participating in the giveaway. I hope whoever wins enjoys the yarn that I send them and all of that fun stuff, and the Ply magazine. Lest us not forget the alpaca issue. Okay, if anything, even if you are like me allergic to alpacas, that issue has a lot of good photos of alpacas that I often open up and just admire and look at. Anyway, again, that's gonna be all for today, folks. Thank you again for watching. If you liked this, if you like crafty vlogs in general, if you want to see my moving and like apartment journey, which I'm definitely gonna be sharing soon, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next episode of the Wool to Gold podcast.